just find a comfortable position with your feet hip distance apart or so. And then take a moment, if you're comfortable closing eyes, to just close your eyes. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the breeze on your skin. Take a moment to ground yourself. Feel your feet. Allow your neck and shoulders just to release any tension that might be sitting there. And find a tall spine, a nice tall posture now. And then you can open your eyes if they're closed. And let's just take a reach upward. If it works to interlace the arms, you can interlace them and just stretch high as they'll go. And then release the arms. Let's bend the knees and just bend forward a little bit. Let your head relax. Just a reminder, as we're stretching here, to feel free to change things that you need changed today for this class for your body. So if you want to take a break or rest, that's okay. If you want to make things harder, that's okay. And then bend the knees, and let's find a chair position. So just reach arms in front or overhead. And all the way to stand. And let's lean to your right. Back to middle, lean to your left. And back to middle, arms to heart center, and fold forward. Let your head relax. From here, let's step back to a down dog. So we can take one leg and then the other and reach it back. Your heels can stay lifted here, or they don't have to be on the ground. And your knees can stay bent too, if that feels better. Press the floor away from your hands so you feel the hips kind of shift back a little bit. Nice long stretch for the spine. Breath in. And breath out. And now let's take the knees down, finding hands and knees. From our hands and knees position, we can take a little bit of cat and cow, arching the spine, rounding the spine. Feel free to add some breath here. So on the inhale, gently looking up. On the exhale, rounding the spine. See what you can notice through your whole spine. And then we can find our middle spine position. Let's take the right leg and reach it back behind you. If you want to, you can add the left arm and find a balance here. And now lowering your left hand, let's bring your right leg around to the side. Good, you can plant your foot a little bit and then just shift the hips back a little. Maybe finding that nice stretch on the inner right thigh. Sometimes it feels quite nice just to rock a little forward and back with this. And then from here we can plant the hands, tighten belly muscles a little bit. We'll lift that right leg, bring it back around and in. And now the left leg can go behind. If you want to add the right arm, you can. And then taking the arm down, we can swing your left leg around to the side, planting the foot, and same thing here. So just shifting the hips back and forward a little bit, just finding that stretch that feels nice. And then planting the hands, we can lift your left leg, bring it on in, and let's take a child's pose here. Knees come wide, heels together, sitting the hips back any amount. Arms can come forward any amount. Resting the forehead on the mat, and just taking a few deep breaths here. So as you breathe in through the nose, feel the belly maybe press outward towards your thighs, and then try to expand your rib cage out the back part of your rib cage. So just a nice big inhale, and then long exhale, trying to relax on the exhale. And then let's find hands and knees again. And we can tuck our toes, one and then the other, pressing up to down dog. Let's lift the heels on an inhale, and then on the exhale, just let the heels sink down for a stretch. One more time like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower and stretch. And now slowly walking the feet towards the hands. You can bend your knees, and then let's find chair position again. And all the way to stand. Good. Arms to heart center, folding forward. We'll step your right leg back. And this time we're going to come up to a high lunge. So pressing into both legs as you make your way up. Nice work. Settling in here, finding your breath. Arms to heart center. Reaching down towards the ground. If you'd like to, you can plant your right hand and then lift the left arm for a twist. And untwist. Good work. We'll step back to plank. You can always come back to hands and knees if you prefer. Good, so holding plank for a moment here. And then from here, we're gonna lower to belly, but you can take your knees down if that feels better on your shoulders. Either lower to belly, knees down, or knees lifted, and all the way to belly, good. From here, let's lift for baby cobra, and back down. One more time like that, keeping the chin tucked a little bit. Pulling the shoulder blades together and down your spine and back down. Good work. And then we can press back up through hands and knees. Tuck toes, find down dog, and breathe. Good work. Inhale, exhale. And then walking the feet towards the hands. Bend the knees. Let's find chair. And all the way to stand, stretch, arms to heart center, and we'll fold forward again. This time stepping your left leg back. We'll make that transition up to lunge, pressing through both feet here. Arms to heart center. Reaching down towards the ground, your left hand can plant, and then right arm lifts for the twist. And we're untwisting, stepping back to plank or hands and knees. Holding plank here. And then we can lower to belly. From belly, taking the inhale, cobra. Exhale, down. Nice work. One more time. And back down. From belly, we'll add another couple things here. So we can take our arms out to the sides like W arms, yes? And then holding here, lifting the forearms away from the ground, pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Nice work and breathing. Then we can take our arms in front with a thumbs up. And arms back to W. And on either side. And now pressing back up through hands and knees to down dog. Breathing in and breathing out. Let's walk the feet forward. Bend the knees, rising through chair. This time we can wiggle your feet together if they're apart. And taking arms to heart center. If you'd like to, you can add a twist to your right. Or left, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll go both ways, so it's okay. Back to center and the other direction. And back to center, all the way to stand, reach, and stretch. Breathe in, breathe out. Taking a pause here, just let your whole body catch up to you. Notice your mind, your thought processes. Notice what's going on in your brain. And let's ground that in our physical sensations. And then if eyes are closed, I invite you to open them. And let's fold forward. Stepping the right leg back, we're going to find our warrior one. So the back heel can come down, and the back toes are out a bit, yeah? And then we're rising up to warrior one here. And now from warrior one, let's take our arms to heart center. We'll turn this into a warrior three. So we're going to shift our weight forward onto that front foot. And then you can try a little leg lift here with that back leg. And then we'll find warrior one again. So lowering the back leg. And back to warrior one. Breath in and breath out. Then let's open to warrior two. So we'll swivel to your right. And then your left knee is bent. Good. And your right knee is straight. Super. From here, reversing the warrior, so the right arm can come down, left arm lifts. And back to warrior two. Moving into your side angle, left elbow towards thigh. And back up, warrior two. Let's straighten that left knee. If you feel like you're doing the splits, just wiggle the leg in a little bit more. And let's find our triangle. So palms up, shift left, and down. There we go. Re-bend your left knee, back up, warrior two. Arms to heart center, and then let's pivot around to your front leg, reaching down. And then from here, just find a nice long spine, so tailbone to neck, and breathe. And then we can take your back knee down and find our lizard stretch here. So both arms on the inside of your left leg. Good. And then if it works, you can take your left knee out to the side a little bit. Just let it kind of fall out to the side. And then let's bring the knee back in, and we can just walk our way back to the back knee, straightening up the front leg any amount. And then bending that left knee in a little closer. Let's tuck the back toe, and we can step that back leg in to meet the front leg. Good. Rising all the way to stand. Inhale, reach. Exhale, arms to heart center. Let's just pause here. Take a breath in and out. Again, just taking that opportunity to pause and to notice and ground yourself. And then if eyes are closed, I invite you to open them. We can fold forward. Stepping the left leg back, this time we'll find our warrior one. And now arms to heart center. We can take that warrior three. So coming onto your right foot, taking any leg lift you want. If you want to reach down and hold the ground for this, you can do that too for some added support as an option. And then from here, we'll take warrior one again. Breathing in, breathing out, and then we're going to swivel to your left to find warrior two. So your right knee will be bent and your left knee will be straight. Good. Pressing that right thigh out, letting the shoulders sink away from the ears. That breeze feels lovely, doesn't it? Yes. And let's reverse the warrior. Left arm down, right arm lifts. And warrior two. Moving into your side angle. Back up, warrior two. We can straighten your right knee. Sometimes it gets a little slippery on these towels, so I like to move my legs a little closer in. Palms up, shift to the right, and we find triangle. Rebend your right knee and back up to warrior two. Arms to heart center, and then we're going to spin around to face that right leg, and so facing me, and then reaching down, finding length through your spine, and now lowering your back knee, and we find that lizard stretch, so arms on the inside of your right leg. Good. And letting your knee just fall out any amount. Then we can draw your knee back in towards midline, walking our hands and body back towards your back knee. And finding that hamstring stretch on the back part of your right leg. And then bending that knee and foot comes in close. Let's tuck your back leg and step forward. And we can find our chair pose. Breathing in, breathing out. From chair, taking arms to heart center. Let's step your right leg back long. And then if it works, take your right arm towards your outer left thigh. Good work. Strong through your right leg. Untwist. You can reach both arms down. We're going to plant that right arm and then just swivel onto the outer part of your right leg. So you're going to swivel onto your side and then reach their left arm up. Did I lose you? No, you guys got it. Good. And then let's come back on around and step back to plank. And up to down dog. Good. Take a couple breaths here. Just let your whole body settle in for a moment. And now let's walk the feet towards the hands. Bending the knees and find chair. Arms to heart center. This time we're stepping your left leg back long. And then strong through your left thigh and twist right. And we can untwist, planting your left hand, and then we swivel onto the outer part of your left foot, yes, and reach up. And untwist. Good. From here, let's come down onto your knees, and we're going to take your right leg out. Sorry, your left leg. I'll mirror you. So let's take your left leg out to the side. Good. And your right arm can plant and left arm reaches for a nice side stretch. Good. And then let's go ahead and bring arm in and leg in, and we'll swap sides. Just finding the stretch that works best for you here. Sometimes moving that arm, you find a different place that stretches through your hip or your shoulder. And then let's bring that arm in, and we'll find a child's pose for a moment. So sitting the hips back and just breathing in and out a few times. Good work. From here, rising up to hands and knees. We'll take our forearm plank and side planks. But you can always keep your knees down if that feels better for you here too. So either knees lifted or knees down. And then let's come onto your left side for side plank. You can stagger the legs or you can stack them, either way. And back through middle and onto your right side. And back through middle. Let's come all the way to belly. Good work. You can take forehead to fist and just bend your knees. Take a little side to side knee rock here. And then releasing through the legs, taking arms on either side. Let's press back up and take a moment in child's pose again too. So just rocking the hips back, creating a nice long stretch from your tailbone all the way up your spine. Then we can find our way to hands and knees and up to down dog. Letting the heels stretch downward any amount. And now walking the feet towards the hands. Let's roll the spine up nice and slow all the way till we get to the top. Give your shoulders a little wiggle, give your neck a little wiggle, and then we're gonna turn to find the long edge of the mat. We can turn that way, so then you're not looking into the sun. There you go. So feet nice and wide. Take a stretch upward with the arms here. And then from here, let's bend the knees and reach down. And we can walk our hands towards the right leg, bending the right knee, and just find a bit of an inner thigh stretch on your left leg. Good. If you want to go further down, you can, or you can stay higher, whatever feels best here. And then let's press into the hands and walk over to the other side, other leg. Good. And then back towards middle. From here, you can wiggle your feet in just a little bit closer and your toes pointing out a little bit. Bend your knees, and we're gonna find our goddess pose here. Pressing thighs out, pulling the shoulder blades together. And then let's reach up. And we're gonna take a big stretch here, going to your left first. So bend your knees, reach left. We're just gonna take a big circle with your arms and upper body. So nice big circle. And when you get to middle, you can straighten your knees again. And then bend the knees, reverse the circle, other way first. Straighten the knees one more time each direction. So left and right. Nice work. Let's sink back down into your goddess pose. Breathing in and breathing out. And then arms to heart center. We'll step to the front edge of the mat and fold forward. Letting the head relax. Stepping back to down dog here, one leg at a time. Let's inhale, lifting the right leg up behind you. If it feels okay, you can bend your knee and open your hip a little bit. So your foot is going to reach to your left. There we go, so you get that nice long stretch. And square up the leg, bring it on in. Other leg, inhale, reach. Bending the knee, opening the hip. And then let's release that leg back down. And we can come down to hands and knees. And then let's find a seated position. I'll mirror you again, so we'll have your right leg bent and your left leg out straight. So finding a position here, breathing in, breathing out, and then feel your pelvis stay on the ground, so you kind of feel that those sit bones, the pelvis bones, and then we'll reach towards the left, your left, any amount. If you want to take your right arm up and over, feel free. And then let's come back around. Now if it feels okay in your knee, we can do this as long as it's not too hard in that concrete. We're gonna come up onto your knee and do just kind of a counter stretch here, which might feel quite nice. And then back down. Good work, changing legs. Again, finding that tall spine. Feeling your pelvis, sit bones, kind of grounding you there, and then reach for your leg. And then we'll take that counter stretch onto the knee. And back down. Let's take both legs out wide, sitting tall, and then just reaching your upper body forward any amount. So this will look different for all of us because we're all built differently. So finding your forward bend stretch that works best for you. And then we can come back up. Good work. Let's find our way to our back. So feel free to, if you want to relocate so you're not in the sun, you are more than welcome to if you want to shift there, whatever works. But we'll be on our back. And then on our back here, let's press into your feet and find a bridge. So lifting the hips, pressing into your feet. And then lower back down. Good. Let's reach your left leg up towards the sky. Maybe it feels nice to wiggle your ankle up and down a little bit. If you want to take your right leg out straight, you can. That might feel quite nice. And then let's hug your left knee in towards your chest. And we can pull the leg across towards your right shoulder. Taking your left arm out to the side with the palm up. And your right arm can stay hooked on your leg. There we go. Just finding some breathing here. Nice deep breath in and out. Now bringing your leg back to middle. Let's change legs. So we'll reach the right foot up towards the sky. And maybe it feels nice to take a little ankle movement here, just stretching the hamstrings. And then let's bring your knee into your chest. And we can draw the leg across the body. Again, tuning into your breathing here. Just allowing your whole body to respond and relax with your exhale. Bring the knees back to middle, hugging them into the chest, and placing them down. Let's take the right leg over the left like a figure four, and we'll take our pigeon stretch here. So reaching around the left thigh, there you go, and pulling the knee in towards you. Now let's change legs. releasing the legs back down with your knees bent. We can place your feet down, keeping your legs hip distance apart. So keep the knees and the feet just a little bit apart. You can take arms out to the sides and then just let your knees fall to the right. So we're just keeping them a little bit apart though, yes. Let's bring the knees back to middle and over to the other side. And then bringing the knees back to middle. Feel free if there's other stretches that you would like to do to take a moment just to do any final stretches before Shavasana. You feel ready, just joining us for Shavasana with your knees bent or straight, lying on your back, bringing your awareness and attention to your breath. I'm going to just sit up. You can stay lying on your back, but I'm going to sit up so it's because it's easier for me to talk. And bring your awareness back to your breath now. On the inhale, feeling the rise of your belly and a gentle expansion of your rib cage. And on the exhale, the reverse. Just take a moment to feel that. Notice the air as it enters your deep nasal passages. And just kind of follow it as it enters your body and as it exits your body. Now breathing comfortably, take a moment to check in mentally. Notice thoughts. Maybe you notice thoughts that don't move you towards your goals, or thoughts that are unhealthy. And in this safe space, I invite you just to identify with those. And instead cultivate that sense of well-being, of health, of healthy choices. Notice how your whole body feels now physically. Notice if there's areas of tension that you feel. Recognize where those are and then move past them. Allow yourself to relax deeply, releasing tension behind your eyes or in your facial muscles. In your neck and shoulders. Allow your arms to feel heavy. Your hips and pelvis to feel grounded. Your legs to melt into the surface they're resting on. Notice your whole body, all connected. Legs, spine, arms, and head. Return your awareness to your breath now. From here, I invite you to bend your knees and just hug your legs in towards your chest. Take a little side-to-side rock for the low back. As you feel ready, you can make your way over to a side of choice and then upright to a seated position. And feel free to slowly just make your way up to sitting. Finding a tall spine again, just letting the shoulders relax away from the ears. We'll take a couple deep breaths here, breathing in deeply, and then pause at the height of that inhale. So pausing for a few seconds. And then a nice long exhale, long as you can make it. Let's take 2 more breaths like that. It's okay if we're all going at different paces. And then just shift into a comfortable breathing pattern. And as we close out our class this morning, taking arms to heart center, thank you both so much for coming. Namaste.